Hello and welcome to Tiffany Tiger. Oh my goodness, how cute is she, right? But I don't want to be sitting next to her because, yeah, she'd probably eat me. That's no good. All right. Anyway, hey, this is an on your own problem, and that means you should have the paper in front of you. It should be completely done, and now you're watching the video to make sure you did everything correctly. So, with that said, let's get on to the scenario. And here we go. Here we go. Here we go. How about here we go? There you go. Okay, Tiffany Tiger is thirsty. She drinks 250 ounces of water with 40 laps of her tongue. If she gets the same amount of water with each lap of her tongue, then how many ounces of water does Tiffany Tiger get with each lap of her tongue? Well, let's go ahead and take a look at this. Alrighty, so Tiffany Tiger got 250 ounces of water when she drank 40 laps, right, of her tongue. So 40 laps of her tongue there got her 250 ounces of water. Now, if you notice, I wrote this as a fraction. And the reason I did that is because fractions can be thought of in three ways I always teach kids. 250 40ths, which is the fraction form. 250 out of 40, which means that out of 40 licks here, she got 250 ounces of water. Or in this case, what we're going to do, 250 divided by 40, and that will tell us how many ounces of water she got, Tiffany Tiger, got with her 40 laps of her tongue. Here we go. So as you notice, the first thing I did was write my 4's down because I'm dividing by 40, right? And I don't need to worry about that 0 because anything times 0 is 0, right? So that's super simple. All right, so the next thing I want to do is go ahead and create my first area box. And I'm going to do that right down here, right? And then I'm going to put the 250 right inside the box, right? And the 40 on the outside of the box. Now, if you notice, the cool thing about this is I don't even have to estimate or round this up or down because it's already a 40, right? It's already rounded for me, and that's perfect. All right, so the next thing I want to do is try and figure out how many times this 40 can go into 250. And 40 will not fit into 2. It will not fit into 25, so I am looking at the whole 250. So I'm going to come up here and imagine that each of these digits, just like this 40, has a 0 behind it, right? So 40, 80, 120, 160, 200, 240, and then 280 is too much, so I'm going to multiply by 6, right? Because 6 times 4 will give me 24. So I'm going to plug a 6 right there. Before I do that, I'm going to shrink this and move it over here just because I need a little bit more room, right? So here we go. 6 goes right there. And now I need just a little bit more room to work, so I'm going to go 6 times 0, which will give me a 0 right here, right? And then I've got 6 times 4, which we know already gives us 24, so I'm going to drop a 24 right there, and bam, I am ready to subtract. I checked for trouble coming, I got none, none, and none. That's super fun. All right, so now I'm going to add my next area box, and I'll plug that in right there, and I'm going to subtract, right? 0 minus 0 is going to give me 0 here. And then I've got 5 minus 4, that's going to give me 1 right there, right? And then I've got the 2 minus 2 zeros out, so I'm really all done. Now, normally, we would take this and put this as our remainder. However, we're trying to get to a decimal, right? So I'm going to, and I'm already in the ones column, so I've got to find a column that's smaller than the ones column. And lo and behold, I can use my tenths, can't I? Now I can, as we've talked before, for any number, you can add a decimal point and as many zeros as you want, and you will not change the value of that number. And that's what I'm doing right here. So now I'm going to look at how many times can 40 go into 100. Once again, I'm going to ignore this decimal just for the estimation portion, right? So let's come back up here to the 40, and we've got 40, 80, 120 is too much, so I'm going to put it in there 2 times, right? Now the 2 is going to go into the tens place, so I want to make this bigger so I can be a little neater. And then I'm going to go a 2 right here, which means I got to add my decimal and my 0 for the ones column, right? 0 times 40 would give me 0, so I don't have to worry about that. The decimal is already lined up, so now I just have to go 0 times 2, right? 2 times 0 is going to give me a 0 here. And I'm going to drop my decimal, right? And then I've got 2 times 4, which we should know already, but I'm just going to do it, gives you 8, right? So I'm going to drop my 8 here. Bam! There you have it. And now I'm ready to subtract. I have no trouble coming here. I do have trouble, but I'm going to just count this as 10, so I really don't have trouble, right? So I'm good to subtract. I'm going to add my next area box in there, and bam, there we have it. And I'm going to just move it up a little bit. And now I'm going to subtract. 0 minus 0 is going to give me 0. I'm going to drop my decimal, and then 10 minus 8 is going to give me 2, and bam, there we have it. And 40 cannot fit into 20. Remember, I'm ignoring the decimal for this portion, right? So I do need to add another 0, right? So I'm going to add a 0 there, which means I'm going to add a 0 in all of these because, once again, I can add zeros after the decimal as many as I like, right? So now I am in this column, this is the tenths. This would be the hundredths column, right? So now I'm going to look at how many times 40 can go into 200, right? So let's come back here, and we're going to look at this as with a 0 behind each of these. So I got 40, 80, 120, 160, bam, 200, right on the money. I love it. And that means I'm going to multiply by 5 because 5 times 4 equals 20. So I'm going to plug a 5 right there, which means I'm actually going to put the 0.05 because I'm really in the hundredths place, right? So now all I have to do is go 5 times 0 will give me 0 here. Bam. And then 5 times 4 is going to give me 20 here, right? So I got 20. And once again, with area division, all you have to do is line up the decimals. So my decimal goes there. And lo and behold, 2.00 minus 2.00 equals 0. And I got to put my subtraction sign in there. And then we're all done other than adding this stuff up, right? So I'm going to draw my line right here and add it up. And I've got in my ones column, I've got just the 6. So I'm going to pull up the 6. Then I'm going to pull up my decimal, right? And I put my decimal right there. And then I've got just a 2 in the tenths column, right? And then I've got just the 5 in the hundredths column. And bam, there you have it. 6.25. And that's how many ounces Tiffany Tiger gets with each lap of her tongue. Lovely, my friends. Hey, if you made a mistake anywhere along the way with this problem, no worries at all. Simply pause the video, fix your mistake. That is the fastest way to learn. Until next time, I hope you have a fantastic day. I'll see you soon. And now, on to counting by the numbers. This is a great strategy for anybody who does not have all their multiplication facts memorized. Counting by threes. Ready? Here we go. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30. Counting by fours. Ready? And 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40. Counting by sixes. Here we go. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48, 54, 60. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48, 54, 60. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48, 54, 60. Counting by sevens, here we go. 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, 49, 56, 63, 70. 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, 49, 56, 63, 70. 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, 49, 56, 63, 70. And counting by eights, here we go. 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48, 56, 64, 72, 80. 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48, 56, 64, 72, 80. 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48, 56, 64, 72, 80. Counting by nines, here we go. 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, 54, 63, 72, 81, 90. 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, 54, 63, 72, 81, 90. 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, 54, 63, 72, 81, 90.